Lopez.
Present.
Commissioner Raines.
Here.
Commissioner Staten.
Here.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Here. At this time, I need a motion to adopt the agenda, please.
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Sorry, I do have a question. Resolution 2233 is part of the agenda.
It's gonna be a walk-on. We can, yeah, it's a walk-on. It's a walk-on.
You want to adopt it with that addition, right? Yeah.
Okay.
You wouldn't want to revise that.
So moved again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second. Yeah.
Moving second for the adoption agenda with the revision of resolution 2433, walk-on resolution. Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staten.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes. Can I have a motion to adopt the regular meeting minutes for the meeting held on May 8, 2024?
So moved.
Second. Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staten.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes. At this time, we have a report from the secretary.
How you doing today, Madam Chair? First, I just want to just thank from the bottom of my heart this board for supporting our efforts and the team's efforts and giving us the room to operate. Yesterday, we had a very successful, I would say, site visit with HUD with respect to our Choice Neighborhoods implementation grant application. Man, I just tell you, it was the support was from the top of the state all the way down to all the community organizations and residents came out strong to support the application. And just thank you. I'm actually a little tired, I think, but I just want to thank the whole team, everybody. The team, first, like I said, thank the commissioner for really believing in what the team put forward and supporting it along the way. I just want to thank all of the team members, the people that were directly involved. I mean, we had so many people just helping with the setup, doing the logistics. Cliff and Christy created the tour route. Christy did the route. You'll see we're going to have we're ordering additional shirts for the board members. We might be one short, but Cliff put his artistic talents to work to create our logo. The mayor came up with a theme, and Kaya finished it off. It was the third battle of Trenton, Revolution to Evolution. And I think the whole community should be proud of this particular day. And I even said to HUD at the end, I said, I think we did the right thing and we approached it in the right way. So whether or not we get the money or not, I'm proud. I'm proud of the residents that participated all day and have been participating in the process as well. Like I said, I mentioned in the meeting in the morning that the board had its own challenges, and I'll leave that unsaid, but this board came together strong and moved forward despite a lot of background noise and different things like that to stay on the mission. And just like I said, the team, the different members of the team, it was just phenomenal, And like I said, I think that everything, just from I think in the whole throughout the community, just the feeling of the goodwill right over them, you know, so it's phenomenal. So I just want to, you know, I hope that everybody can see that in this whole process, there's no big eyes and little U's. I mean, we are basically attempting to build an organization that's focused on a team type of effort to identify everybody's talents, give them an opportunity to, you know, to display their talents. And I think we're doing a good job with that. You know, we have, like I said, talented folks. So, thank you. I just wanted to say that.
No, that was great.
No, that was fantastic.
Madam Chair, may I?
Yes, Mr. Reagan.
I happened to run into the county exec yesterday afternoon, and he thought the whole thing was impressive, but what was most impressive to him was the resident participation and the sense of strong buy-in from the residents. That impressed him. We were at an event together. You know, he came down, he sought me out to tell me that.
Yeah, it was impressive. And big ups to, can y'all stand up, Miss Dottie and, stand and Miss Marshall, they was here all day. Antoinette Ritchie, which is the I just want to give a shout to the Tenants Association, the president of the Tenants Association. She gave a speech in the morning. It was phenomenal. And then we had her close out with me at the end of the day. So we stood at the podium together. She went first, and I went. She closed it out, and she was just as impactful and phenomenal at the end of the day as she was in the beginning of the day. So it's just thank you to the resident council. We've been, you know, we have our battles back and forth, but we like family, right? We battle it out, then we come together. And right? Yeah. Thank you on that. Yeah. So at the same time, as is always, I see you all saw the letter from HUD about the housing authority being troubled for 2022 fiscal year. I didn't have the time to put together what I wanted to put together on that, but suffice it to say, I think we need to have a workshop, and I can give you the opportunity to go through all of those numbers and what they mean. But suffice it to say, I'll make just a couple points on the physical aspect. Again, we have a long-term plan that we're moving forward with. Choice neighborhoods is integral to that plan. Like any plan, that you have certain keys and certain linchpins. The choice neighborhood is a linchpin. When we're successful with the choice neighborhoods, then that will basically set the stage for all the other things that we're doing, including the revitalization of Prospect Village. And, you know, just briefly, like, you have I don't want to do a lot on it, but I would just say the physical score, you have 40 points for a physical score, 25 points for a financial score, 25 for management, 10 for capital fund. Fully 16 of those points are related to occupancy. Two reasons why we would score low on occupancy. Number one, we're going through a transfer or a with the system. What do you call that? Transition with the system. But HUD is also going through a transition with their actual software systems. So in our conversations with HUD, we noticed that their numbers are not matching our numbers. So number one, we have to get that straight. With the management side, they give you 16 points for occupancy based on the sliding scale. I didn't want to do this, but they give you 16 points for management on the sliding scale. It's adjusted occupancy. It's adjusted occupancy. So they add back in units that are under modernization, right? So we have 73 units here at Downey Homes that we're holding for the choice neighborhoods that affects our rates. That wouldn't be under modernization. We have another 30 units at Campbell Homes that we're working on to redevelop, to demolish and revitalize. That would be under that count. So that's 16 points. Then they hit you with another 5 points on the capital fund side. There's 10 points there, one for occupancy, which they take just an actual occupancy rate. That's why if you look at your reports, I always give you an actual occupancy rate and an adjusted occupancy rate. So anyway, that's fully 21 points of the score. If you look at the tracking of our scores for occupancy, when we redeveloped Page Homes, the score jumped a full 10 points, 9 to 10 points on just on occupancy. So the same thing. When we redevelop the property, it comes out of the assessment system. We're redeveloping, making a better product. Occupancy goes up. The other thing is tenant accounts receivable, which has and I've talked to the HUD director about this, it has an effect on not only the management side. So now HUD is coming in and say, okay, you know, it's really ridiculous. You're doing a poor job of collecting rents, but if you look at our numbers in 17, 18, 19, we can show, and they know it's a direct correlation to the pandemic and the eviction moratorium. Our collection rate went from fluctuating between 2 and 3% outstanding to 18, 19, 20% outstanding, and you can see the correlation directly from March 2020 going up. And now we're getting that in order, but again, that has an effect on, and I'm not going to go too far, but then it has an effect on the financial side because they use three ratios to look at our financials: quick ratio, month expendable, net assets ratio, and then a debt service ratio. Well, in this case, HUD is penalizing the housing authority for taking advantage of one of your programs. We went full blast into your EPC program to the tune of $24, $25 million in debt that the housing authority took on to change windows, to change, to do all of those, to put the systems in your building. So now you're penalizing us for that. That's the denominator, is that it's your cash and equivalents over your liabilities. Well, our cash is down because collecting of rents is down, and then it's cash plus accounts receivable. Well, as we go and do evictions and move people out, then we write that off, then your cash is down and your accounts receivables is down, and then you're still over this debt. So, I mean, we've just talked to this about the HUD. I mean, the HUD director actually asked to sit down and actually talk with me and Rich because he got so much information from us. I didn't realize that. So we're not like shrinking from that, or basically, in my mind, it's not worth the paper it's written on, but we have answers to all of this. And the other thing is that we've been entrepreneurial with our developments in terms of negotiating with Turner Point. So they don't score central office. So what we could do, we could take the money from central office, which is unrestricted, unfederal funds, and put it into the sites to make up for their scores. But then that compromises the housing authority's long-term visions for redevelopment efforts of this property, because those dollars give us flexibility in our redevelopment work. So I told them we're not going to do that. We'll just take the burden of the brunt of the scores. We're not going to do that. So if we took that money, because what the quick ratio is trying to say is, if we stop giving you money right now, but you have the dollars to be able to handle your liabilities, which is ridiculous because 70% of our income comes from HUD subsidies. So if you say you stop giving us money, will we be able to handle the liabilities? Of course not, unless we convert it out of public housing and raise tenant rents to market rents, and tenants had to pay market rent. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a brief, but I think that we should have, I was saying to Simon earlier, I think we should have a workshop where, like I said, I didn't get time to like put it on PowerPoint, go through the numbers, go through the different things, because I want us all to be speaking the same language to her, because they're going to come, they're going to interview you guys, you know what I mean, they're going to be in here doing the compliance reviews and all of that, and I just want to make sure that we're all educated about what it all means. So that's that. The other thing is, on that note, you can see we have given like staff the directive to reduce the tenant accounts receivable, and we're making substantial progress on that. You can see in the report we're making substantial progress. unfortunate, again, it's, not to get on my soapbox, but a lot of people now are suffering. And it's not, I mean, people have to take personal responsibility, but it's also HUD's fault. And to me, the policy, it was just a poor policy, just a poor nationwide policy to give public housing residents moratorium from eviction. Because if you lost your job, the idea is if you lost your job because of the pandemic or your income went down, we're protecting you because you don't have that additional income or you lost your job. In public housing, if that happens, you come in and you do a recertification and your rent is adjusted based on that. So it's unnecessary to give a protection to a class that already had that protection, and really you set that class up for failure because a lot of people in that class decided not to pay rent, and now they're in a situation where they're being evicted and may not ever be able to have affordable housing again. They may not ever be able to, with that record, they may not be able to obtain it again. So I think it was a bad policy decision on many levels. Not even to talk about, we have a family self-sufficiency program. We have different programs where we're attempting for our families to achieve self-sufficiency to better their quality of life. That's a long, arduous effort, and you put something in place that essentially, I feel like they set us back 40, 50 years on that. So, in any event, Dale, my staff will tell you, I've got into heated discussions with the HUD reps, with the directors, and I do have, I'm just gonna tell you, I do have like people at HUD that's cheering for us, and they said, Jelani, when they come in for that review, be you. Let them know, give them the information, talk to them about what's going on, because there's a disconnect between policy and these evaluations and what's really actually happening on the ground. So, again, I think just to wrap it up and reiterate, I think the Housing Authority ultimately is in good shape. Even the EPC sunsets in 2029. We have a capital fund financing program that sunsets next year. So even over the next couple of years, that liability line for the Housing Authority, public housing properties, is going to come out. And the other thing I didn't mention is you've been underfunding. Some of this has to do with our maintenance operation, and particularly over the pandemic and toward the mid 2020, late 2020, when that ramped up, we really stopped going in units except for emergencies. It wasn't as much. It came reduced down greatly going into units to do work orders and those things like that. So as you can imagine, work orders piled up, and I want to give Terrence credit because in this report you see you have a facilities and grounds report, and we're working on that. And I think is Terrence here? Yeah, it's Terrence. He's outside.
Talk to the resident.
Okay, yeah, talk to her. So Terrence is doing an excellent job. When we go around, we've been going around to the different sites doing the Fridays with the executive director. He's right there. When families come up with issues, they're being addressed either by Mr. Godfrey, Mr. Leggett, you know what I mean? So we're attempting to be proactive. We know that it's a big job, so all is not going to be fixed, and but we have a plan, and we have a program, and we have the staff, and we have the will to get it done, and it will be done. I believe that the Housing Authority, if we continue on the course that we're on, the Housing Authority is in good shape into the future. That's my report.
Thank you so much. At this time, we have resolution 24-26.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Right. So we'll kick off with Resolution 2426. This resolution authorizes the approval of disbursements for May 2024 in the amount of $1,657,106.53, split between the general fund of $1,228,057.53 and the capital fund of $429,049.00. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners adopt this or approve the disbursements for the month of May 2024. Any questions in regards to the disbursements? Oh, sorry.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-26?
So moved. Second.
Any questions? I have one big question. Is it possible that we can just do that font a little
bit.
bit? I had to get my glass, I was like, wait a minute,
No problem.
is it me?
No worries. I'll be sure to make sure that the font is bigger so going forward. Try to condense the number of pages, the number of page numbers and things like that. But I'll definitely take that into account going forward.
Madam Chair, it's easier when you
Yeah.
large document.
Yeah. Apologies. All right.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staton.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
All right.
Resolution 2427, 2428.
I'll go through them one at a time here.
With the support of
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Resolution 2427. Each year we go out for legal services. This year is no exception. We issued a request for proposal on March 17th. We had 3 firms request copies of it. By the closing date of April 2nd, we received one from Hill Wallach, which is our current firm. The submission was both responsive and responsible. So we ask that you approve the resolution to retain Hill Wallach for another year in the amount of $96,000. Thank you.
At this time, can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-27?
So moved. Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staton.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
If I could just quickly,
Congratulations.
thank you, and again, we appreciate the opportunity to work with you for another year, the commissioners, the administration, staff, residents. It's an honor to do the work, and we really enjoy it, and we've been through some rough waters the last few months, but I think we've all navigated it together, and that's the best thing. We're all here together to work for one common goal, so thank you.
Don't know what you're talking about.
That's a good thing.
Kindly explain to me after the meeting, please.
Resolution 24-28, please.
Resolution 2428 was also issued on March 17th. We had one firm pick up and one firm submit. It was our current firm for tenancy and occupancy counsel, which is Zafirman, LeKine, Blumstein, and Blatter. They will again service us for another year at a cost not to exceed $101,000. So I ask that you approve Resolution 2428. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-28, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions?
Stuart Tucker still with them?
Yeah,
Still handle
Yeah,
it for us?
absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner Staton.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
Before we go on to the next resolution, I just want to note that Commissioner Staton didn't catch any grammatical errors or she didn't know she could go off.
It's just a way of keeping them on their toes, isn't that right, Commissioner?
Try to pay attention to it. Resolution.
Right.
Hence that, right?
Resolution 2429. We identified the need at Wilson Homes for a vacuum pump vacuum/condensation pump replacement. This work will include the existing pump that's in the crawl space of the three-story building. We put out an invitation for bid on April 15th. We did have 6 bid packages requested. We did not receive a bid on time. One bid came in late, verified with legal counsel that we could not accept it, so that was rejected. We re-advertised May 9th. One bid package was received by the due date of May 21st. The submission of Whitfield Schneider Enterprises was both responsive and responsible. They can do the job for the amount of $89,175, which is actually below the architect's estimate. So I ask that you approve Resolution 2429 for Whitfield Schneider Enterprises. Thank you.
At this time, can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-29?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yeah.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner State,
Yes.
Chairwoman Wilson Gordon.
Yes.
I just wanted, before we go into the next 2 resolutions that are related to one another, I just want to say that it's a very large expense. Just want to get the board a heads up that is actually going to, we're going to use up our 2023 capital funds with this expense and a portion of 24, but we definitely have identified that Lincoln Homes, we haven't done any work at Lincoln Homes for years actually, and it needs roofing, it needs new air conditioning, so this actually is a major improvement in Wilson Homes to repair all the roof, new condensers and new units in each and every household at Lincoln Homes, Lincoln Homes. And this came out of when we had the meetings with the resident advisory board around the capital fund program. A lot of residents from Lincoln Homes saying that they have issues in Lincoln Homes and these things haven't been addressed. So this is just one of the first steps, because this is a major expense.
I'm going to do both resolutions together. Okay. So first resolution 2430. Let me see. This is the upgrade of the roof and HVAC at Lincoln Homes. The first time we went out, we advertised April 14th. Bids were due May 3rd. We had 16 bids were requested. None were received though. Second time we rebid was May 9th. Bids were due May 21st. 10 bids were requested. 10 bid packages were requested. 2 bids were received by the due date. They were both exceedingly high, well above the architect's estimate. So this first one is a formal rejection of those bids. I'm going to go on to 2431. With the formal rejection, we received no bids the first time, formal rejection of the second. Per local public contracts law, we then negotiated for
Let me stop.
Yes.
Let me stop.
Yeah.
Because you need to do it separately.
Separate, okay.
Yeah, the 30 has to be passed before you can do it.
Right, okay, so let's do this one then. So we're asking that you formally recognize that we've received no bids the first time, then formally reject the 2 bids that we did receive on the second time per local public contracts law. This way we can go out, once approved, then we'll go to the next one. So, all right, that's it.
Why are we rejecting?
We are rejecting the second one because they were too high as to price. They're exceedingly high, which I had mentioned before. So they're well above the architect's estimate and not within the range that we could actually do the 2 jobs, do the job right, actually. So they were both well above $4 million, which is far too high for it. So we ask that you formally reject it, and this way we can go into the next one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-30?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Commissioner Raines?
I got a little, which one are we rejecting, 2430?
2430 is the
2430
rejection.
rejects the bids first, and then 2431, if you pass 2430, it enables you to direct the contract with it.
The 2 bids that came in on 30 were too high, so that's why we rejected.
Wait.
Thank you.
No problem. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Yes.
Commissioner Green.
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez.
Yes.
Commissioner Raines.
Yes.
Commissioner State.
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Wood.
Yes.
Resolution 2431, because of the rejection of the, allowing us to reject the Resolution 2430, we then went to negotiations. What we're doing with Lincoln Homes is removal and replacement of the roof mounted, we're replacing the roofs, we're replacing the air condensing units, air handlers, and associated HVAC controls. We then decided needed to negotiate with 3 contractors in order to get a price that was reasonable to to the architect's estimate, which we came very close to. We negotiated with 3 contractors. BMG Group was the lowest responsive and responsible one at $2,995,000. So I ask that you approve Resolution 2431 for VGM Group to replace the roof and the HVAC upgrades at Lincoln Homes. Thank you.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-31?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any questions?
Just one. I
Commissioner
remember,
Lopez?
thanks, I'm sorry. I remember there was concerns about dirty vents, right, in Lincoln Homes. People kind of had health concerns. This is going to be addressing that issue.
Yeah, I think the issue is that over the years, there's a twofold issue. The housing authority hasn't, maintained the units on a regular schedule over the years, as well as the residents haven't maintained them as well over the years. The closets have been, there's a lot of dirt, you know what I mean, those things that's affecting the system inside. So yes, this will be, all of that will be brand new, cleaned up, and then we'll have to come, this is actually something, like I said, Mr. Leggett identified in our capital fund discussions, and then he has a program in place to once they're installed, to maintain them on a bar.
Okay. And so then the policy will be drafted about how to keep things maintained further so that the
I don't
same
know,
issues don't
I don't know,
arise.
it's a policy, but we have a preventative maintenance plan now, yes, we have a preventative maintenance plan.
Probably have a warranty too, I'm sure.
Yeah, the warranty, but it's a part, and like you saw in the report, we've done all the preventative maintenance for the cooling season, so that was good to see, like, for this cooling season, we're on top of the preventative maintenance, and I think that's what happens a lot of times, if you don't do preventative maintenance, what happens, the equipment breaks down, and then you have more expense because it's a break fix. So, we're, working on being much better with that, like I said, with Mr. Leggett in place.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call please.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Raines,
Yes.
Commissioner State,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Wood,
Yes.
and okay. What?
At this time, resolution 2432.
absolutely.
No problem.
I've never asked before, but I remember my time as chair too.
All right.
Resolution, welcome resolution 2433.
Yeah.
At this time, we have resolution 24-33, please.
Yes.
Sidewalk conversation, please.
I got you. Yes, so this is Resolution 2433, adopting a policy for the approval of significant amendments to the annual 5-year plan. This is something new from HUD that came out to us. The Trenton Housing Authority defines a significant amendment or modification to the annual 5-year plan as a variation of more than 50% of the originally stated annual 5-year plan or annual budget. In addition, any additional or any process demolition, disposition, homeownership, CFFP proposal, development, RAD conversions, change inconsistent with the locally approved consolidated plan or previously approved 5-year plan is considered a significant amendment. It is my recommendation that the Board of Commissioners approve the resolution to adopt the significant amendment policy.
Can I have a motion to adopt resolution 24-33, please?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Gentry,
Yes.
Commissioner Green,
Yes.
Commissioner Lopez,
Yes.
Commissioner Rainey,
Yes, sir.
Commissioner Stevens,
Yes.
Chairwoman Weldon Gordon.
Yes.
It was,
Raines.
Mr. Gentry and Mr. Green were the mover and second.
No.
No, I'm sorry.
No,
Mr. Raines and
Raines.
Mr. Stevens. I was looking
Yes.
at the wrong one. I have it right. I just looked at the wrong one.
Okay.
That's right.
Before that,
Exactly, yeah, we know what that is.
They took it up.
Thank you so much.
It's just.
At this time,
I know it is, but he didn't write it.
is there any new business?
Said to do. But not.
Excuse me. At this time, is there any new business? Hearing none, we're gonna go to public session. Before we go to public session, I would appreciate if the people in the audience put your phone on vibrate, please. Mr. Green, do you have the sign-in sheet? Oh, Mr. Tips?
Yes, so I guess Doug McLeod?
Please state your name and where you live, please.
My name Douglas McLeod. I'm from Frenchtown, 630 West State.
McLeod,
Yes,
and you're from Frenchtown.
yes.
Unit number, please.
914.
Thank you.
I'm here today because I was in college. I graduated, and I'm a recipient of a scholarship program the Housing Authority provide. And I'm just here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm just here as a resident because, I know a lot of times, Housing Authority get bashed for a lot of things that they don't do. But I just want to just show my gratitude for the things that Housing Authority do. So I'm aware of a lot of programs that Housing Authority do have to help the residents. Sometimes I think a lot of residents are not aware a lot of the benefits the Housing Authority, provide for the residents, if they apply themselves. And, Tanya Grant asked me to come and, say a little speech. It's a lot I want to say, but I don't really want to say it. But I just want to let y'all know that I'm grateful. I will be working for City Hall as a social worker. I just want to thank y'all, you know, because, you know, in our community, a lot of times we don't give each other the credit that we deserve. You know, it's so easy to always try to find the wrong in one another, you know, but not appreciate, you know, the value that we all bring. And I just want to thank y'all for helping me.
Well, thank you.
Next we have S. Pickett. I'm saying that.
Good morning,
Good morning. Good afternoon.
rather good afternoon. My name is Susan Pickett, 237 Oakland, Josephson, apartment 806. I thought maybe I was done coming to the board with complaints, but this is so large that I could not leave it unsaid. I want to take you on a journey, and it's going back to 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, and remember the apartment number 808, Josephson Building. Back in, I don't know the exact date, but they had to have biohazard come in there, in that apartment. And just ask someone who knows about that situation, because I'm quite sure you can go, Elizabeth Mathis, a few others, and they'll tell you what the actual situation was. But it was disgraceful, despicable what the tenant did to that apartment. That tenant still lives in that apartment. Now we're going to further ourselves to 2023 November. We started seeing roaches running. Like they were paying rent there and we weren't. They were going in everybody's apartment. The stink, the stench, the odor. We complained and complained and complained and complained. Nobody came to see about us. Nobody. Now you know me. Some of you don't, but those of you up there know me. I will make a phone call, and I will leave you a message. And I did that to Mr. Jelani, Mr. Godfrey, to Elizabeth Mathis, and a few other folks. Nobody came to see about us. We had roaches running down the hallway, the walls, the ceiling, everywhere. You had to walk. Watch where you walk till you didn't step on them. Or if you killed them, you know, you didn't want to go back to your apartment and wear your shoes in your apartment for fear of whatever was on the bottom of your shoes. So we were all washing our shoes before we walked in our apartment on. We take them off before we came in the door. Okay? I mean, nobody came to see about us. As I said, the stink, the stench, the odor, we still have that today. We still have roaches running up and down the hall, but with a difference. But first, let me tell you this. During the wintertime, that tenant opened her windows, and that's why all of the roaches that she was breeding in there, I mean breeding, big, small, large, they were just there. We're not talking about water bugs. We're talking about roaches. They all came into the hallway. Then they went into everybody's apartments. And we complained, and we complained, and we complained. Well, we can't do anything. We've sent it to the lawyer. We've done this, that, and the other. And we're going to see what we can do. You know, we're trying to work something out. They still haven't worked it out to this day. Okay, so now she keeps opening the windows. They're running in the hallways. When she closes the windows, you know, they're content right there in her apartment. I mean, tons. And listen, I'm not talking about one here, there, tons of roaches. We were out there with our spray cans. We were out there with our boric acid and everything else we could find to try to slow these roaches down, but they didn't slow down at all. Okay, so now, the roaches have found a new place to go. You cannot sit on the benches outside the building. They're coming down the walls of the outside of the building like a train. I mean, they've gone to other floors and other apartments in the building, but they are coming down the outside walls. And management in that building knows it, and they haven't done a thing. I mean, not a thing. The maintenance doesn't want to go in that apartment. The management doesn't want to go in the apartment. The odor, the roaches, all of that. How can we be treated so badly? What did we do on that west wing of the 8th floor to be treated so badly? And I mean badly. Nobody. Until you had some of the managers had a meeting downstairs for the tenants, and that's the only time we could corner any of them to say anything. And I tell these tenants, you have to advocate for yourself. If nobody else will go, you go. Oh, they just... But I couldn't leave it left unsaid. You better believe I cannot and I will not leave it left unsaid. You tell us, oh, let them come and put into that little dot of stuff to eradicate roaches. That was no defense about what we were dealing with. No defense. Because of the illnesses and things they had, they didn't want to have to breathe that stuff. Because even though you air the apartment out, that odor is still going to be there from whatever they spray or whatever they do for weeks. And on your clothes, and on your sofas, and on your chairs, and your dishes, and everything else. But still, no one has come to see about us. They started pulling the things off near the ceiling down, because they said that's where they're hiding. Oh yeah, that is one place they were hiding. They're still hiding up there. They're still walking the floor. Our hallways, you can see where people kill roaches on the walls and everything, still there. Nobody has cleaned it up. We tenants, we do sweep up all the dead roaches in the hall. But sometimes we'll leave one or two on purpose to see if the maintenance man or the person who's supposed to be cleaning the hall, does he do what he's supposed to do? No, he doesn't. He's been pretty good. But I'm trying to tell you, he still leaves a lot of dead roaches on the floor. And some of them you got to get a scraper to get up off the floor. But I mean, the walls, they're nasty. We're not even talking about what the elevator man is doing in the building, but they're nasty. And no wonder there are always roaches in the building. You can look down the elevator shaft and see all the trash and gook and garbage and stuff down there. Nobody ever cleans that. But I'm going back to the 8th floor. Nobody came to see about us yet. I mean, yet. And now that the roaches are running outside and we're complaining about you can't even sit out there without having a community of roaches around you, nobody came to see about that either. So now I want to ask you, you need to come and talk to us on the 8th floor in that west wing and tell us what you're going to do and when you're going to do it and actually do something about it. Because I've done all I can do. Oh, yes, the health department did come through there, but we can't do anything because, that's the housing authority. Okay. So now who we have to call? What radio station? What office do we have to call? We've called you, but y'all not showing up.
So at this time,
excuse me?
This is my first time hearing from you about this.
I left you a message. Listen, I didn't say, here's Jelani's number, give him a call. Now you know me. You know I don't play. If I tell you I called you. And I started to come down here, but I said, no, I'm not going to do that because I might go down there and act a fool. But I'm just saying, I called you. I called you, Mr. Cox. And I called Elizabeth Matthews. And all she could say was, well, we're working on it. They're still working on it. Now, our goal was not to have the tenant thrown out, just move somewhere else. Because it's the second go-round we've had with this one. And it's disgraceful. It's despicable. We should not have had to go through that. And we're still living in the remnants because, see, they've gotten into our apartments. It's hard to get them out of there. And that little dot that they put down, that's not doing a thing. And it's not going to do a thing. Now, we on the west wing of that building, on the 8th floor, we need to hear from you. Real soon. Because listen, I didn't figure it out yet, but I will figure it out. And somebody else is gonna know about this. This is horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible what we've lived through. Particularly, because back in 21, 23, we had the gnats. And those gnats have gotten in that building and they haven't left yet. They're still multiplying. So, I mean, you know, and that's because of that particular tenant, that same tenant, 808.
Ms. Pickett, I will have, Mr. Godfrey and them look into that for you. And I talk to you whenever I run into you if there's an issue, but I don't remember you calling me on.
No, I didn't call you. You know, like I said, I thought I was retired. You understand what I'm saying? And didn't have to do these kinds of things. But sometimes there comes a point where you have to. And if nobody else will go, you know, I'll go. That's, you know, and if you get better treatment or better whatever because I went, so be it. But, you know, I'm telling you, you got a lot of tenants who feel that, well, if I go down there and complain, they'll put me out and all this kind of stuff. They just got there. Because we had 3 brand new tenants in there, and they just like, what did I come into? What do I do? What did I do to deserve this?
Okay, I'll have somebody look into it.
Have a good day.
Ms. Katrina, did you have something to say?
Yes, thank you, Chairwoman, for giving me the opportunity to respond. Ms. Pickett, I do empathize with you on the situation at 808. We just secured a default judgment against the tenant in particular. As you may know, the court process is very long and tedious because it's backed up because of the moratorium on eviction. And normally our judge is very pro-tenant. He does not does not rule against residents for cases outside of non-payments, but because this case was so egregious and it's a health and safety hazard, we actually just secured eviction against her. And we still have to give her a number of days to move out. So we are on it. We have been on it, and as soon as we get her out, we may have to lock her out. As soon as we get her out, we will ensure that a biohazard team goes in and address the issues in that unit.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Rich, next person.
Apologies, the next individual I cannot read handwriting, but
Arlene Harmon.
Harmon, there you go.
Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
My name is Arlene Harmon. I live at French Towers, apartment 105. I'm coming here today. My kitchen sink, the water keeps coming out of my kitchen sink. 2 years ago, my whole apartment got damaged. I had this much room left in my apartment, and I pulled the carpet up myself. Okay, I've been there for 9 years. Okay, every year around Thanksgiving, the water comes up. It's still coming up, but now it's coming up with like a bunch of sudsy stuff. The cabinets have been damaged for 2 years. It's rotten mildew. I painted the bottom of the cabinet because it's mildew, but someone in there told me they can't get around to be sick or not healthy, but I don't know. I'm not going to say that much, you get me? But they are so mildew, they're turning purple. It's inside the cabinet. I took pictures when you look up. It's so rotten. It's brown. It's rusty. It's a whole cabinet. And then the water, it came so back up and started going across the hall. And in the hallway, on the other side of the wall, it was flooded on the other side of my hall wall. And then it goes to across the hall. But this here been there for 9 years and keep doing it. And still ready, a couple of days ago, the waters keep coming up my sink. The first time I thought it was black, it was a sewer. The TV room downstairs in the lobby and over top of the security guard, the drop ceiling flooded down because of the flood in my apartment. It flooded, came up for 3 days because of the weekend. The emergency call did not come. But the big of it that's standing there, they told me they was going to change because it's a whole piece, you got to take out the whole cabinet. And this one is 3 years and it's still there. And it's not healthy. And it's not making me sick, and it just keeps coming up. And the pipes are so rusty, it's not good at all. It's not good at all.
So you live on the first floor?
105.
Okay.
And then I also have another situation I want to ask of the board. because in 23 I got diagnosed with cancer, and I was going to court with House Authority because they said I owe $4,000. Because 2020 mine was even. Okay, but the whole 21, every time I pay my rent, I got a non-payment say I didn't pay. Okay, but we got a new manager, so I have to get these receipts and the statements and the non-payments to match my receipts. And my receipts I paid. They said they took away the late charges, where I had late fees. But they still said, but then in 23, they first they said $4,000. Then at the end of 23, before I went to the hospital with cancer, they say I owe $2,000, but now I didn't ever finish it, so I just went to court on June the 4th, and so then they said I owe $3,000. But what I need a little bit more time because I never got my process or I finished with home for arm and arm. But the 17th I have to get surgery, a hysterectomy for the cancer. I beat the cancer. But I need more time about having this background thing and get my receipt and information because the 18th when you told me you'll be there at House Authority, home front don't help me. But I'm gonna need more time because the 17th I get surgery and the 18th they probably will have this background. But I need to get more time, if y'all need, and solve this problem because I have my receipts to match the non-payments and I have my statements. But I don't know how I owe $4,000 like that there. It's so much. But I know I owe something, okay, because I know, and I remember my kid's father got murdered, but we had to pay for the funeral of my children and everything. But still no, and I had grandchildren graduate from college. But I don't owe them much money, but I need more time so we can solve this, and I get all the things that I need, and if I get help also with that.
Okay, so Mr. Godfrey is gonna work with you on that,
Okay.
and also Mr. Tibbs, and you're gonna have surgery the 17th of this month.
Monday.
Okay, so, they will work with you and give you a little bit more time
Okay.
with that,
I
okay?
appreciate that very much.
So please make sure, Mr. Godfrey and Mr. Tibbs, please reach out to her and help her with the situation and see what we can do to give her a little bit more time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And y'all have a nice day.
Thank you.
Up next, Cahill.
Good morning. My name is Kenneth Hill, President, French Towers, apartment 715. I have here, we had a meeting June 6, 2024. Was terminating for the Nats, apartments 411, 1005, 107, 1004. They have lots of gnats in there. And we explained to Stephanie. We had a meeting, we got a meeting with her tomorrow, but they just wanted me to bring it to y'all attention what's going on here. We had people smoking both outside on the benches in the back, dope bags, plastic paper found in the stairways, outside in the front of the building, ladies' room, in the lobby. Doors, keep them closed. Ashtrays are needed or buckets with sand. Do not have anything in a compact room. Don't throw loose garbage down the chute. Security, house, and guard rounds. Okay, now, the thing is, with the armed guards, are they supposed to come in the building and go up the steps and check the doors?
Yes.
They don't do that. We do that ourselves. And we don't know who it is, but we have ideas who it is. Residents that keep opening the doors. So we just wanted to know what's the armored guard's job is supposed to do. Come in the building, go up the steps, check the doors, and then go back out, right?
Well, we actually asking, I believe, get the elevator to the top and then walk down.
Yes, like Housing used to do years ago. All right, and then my last thing is Miss Ann McLean at 1013. She has oxygen and is in a wheelchair. She need to be moved to a lower floor. Paperwork has been done, turned in with doctor's notes. And she was just rushed to the hospital the other day. She had an attack and she lived on 1013 above. we do have empty apartments on lower floors, if she can be moved down to anyone.
And who is the manager over at French Towers?
Stephanie, yes.
I mean, just to let the board know, for transfer requests, we evaluate each one of those cases based on medical information, based on what's being requested. And I'm not sure if this young lady put in the transfer request or not. She had. Okay.
She has,
Yeah, but that's not information we'll discuss
Yeah,
right
we
now.
won't.
okay, all right, no problem.
Exactly.
That's not something we can't talk about. But just for the benefit of each one of those cases are evaluated fully, all the way up to myself.
And, I have one more thing,
And
like,
Mr. Hill, just, can you confirm something for me? Did we do, cause we cleaned we cleaned the chutes, right? For the gnats, we replaced all the inoperable doors, we cleaned the rooms. So you're
Yeah.
saying gnats are still at?
yes,
some
I have
apartments?
a resident here,
Okay.
our new elected treasurer,
Okay.
Lisa Hines. She has gnats in her apartment.
I don't leave garbage in my apartment. I change my garbage every day. I don't leave it in the bathroom or anything, and I still have gnats flying around. So, and I don't keep fresh fruit or anything on the counter. Anything like that, I put in the refrigerator.
Okay.
So there's no need for the gnats to be in my apartment.
I know, did we clean the vents yet? I know we were talking about.
Yeah,
cleaning
they
the
were
exhaust
cleaned
vents.
yesterday.
The HVAC system is being done now, but the vents haven't been done. They won't be, they're a couple weeks out.
Okay. Okay.
Miss Lisa, what is your last name?
Hines,
And your apartment number, please?
1005.
Is there anything
Oh, I mean
else?
1004, I'm sorry.
Is there anything else, Ms. Hines?
No, the gnats are bothering me because they land on my forehead, and then when I go to swat it off my forehead, they go land on my arm. So, you know, when you're laying there trying to watch TV or something, it's a nuisance.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I have, L. Martin.
Good afternoon. God bless y'all.
Good afternoon.
Thanks to see y'all real good and business type. No arguments. I don't have to say nothing about that, so it's good for y'all to show my tenants what we about. This is more about the security.
I'm sorry, can you tell me where you live?
French Towers, 210. It's my
I'm sorry, first of all, can you tell me your name?
Leroy Martin. I'm sorry. Leroy Martin. I'm the vice president of French Towers. And the security. You want to say, huh? 210. 210. And maintenance. Because I clean up all the cigarette stuff that's out there. We need something just so they could throw the cigarettes in. The other day, one of my tenants risked their life outside. Your armed guard was outside sleeping. Somebody came across the fence and put dope, not a little bit of dope, but bundles of dope, under people's car tires. So somebody in the residence that just moved there, we don't know who, because you're not monitoring, you don't monitor who comes to our building. So they saw it, they took a picture. It came downstairs. I got the pictures in my phone. They came downstairs, took the dope, took the picture, and went to the guard and told them. The guard told them to throw the dope over the gate. I said, no, you put it back before y'all get killed. Because you don't know who's looking at you, right? So he have a gun, and this is what he told them. He didn't call the cops, he didn't say nothing. So I made them put that dope right back where they found it, before they get killed. I want to know this. He don't walk in our building. He walks in our building. He talks big, but he never make rounds. We done told him about the back doors, how they opening these doors, letting these people come in. Ain't doing none of that. I want to know this too. How come y'all can't let us see the cameras when people steal from us? When they take people's cars from the back? How come you're not looking at that? I just want to know. You know, because I don't think that's right. One of us gonna get killed. When that happens, oh, I'm coming here. It's not gonna be, I'm curse everybody out. Because I'm asking y'all to do one thing. It's to tell the security to do their job. It ain't y'all. But why pay them if they ain't doing their job? You might well pay the people in the building. They not doing their jobs. Y'all giving them millions, man. That's not fair. They get millions to sit on their behind doing nothing. Yesterday, we asked them, we got some stuff stolen. We asked them, can we look at the cameras so we can know who's stealing in our building? Who would do that? Know what they said? They can't do it. They can't look at the cameras. And we can't see who's doing it. Why? Why? It's security. Ain't security supposed to be the ones that keep us safe? Ain't security the one that's supposed to go under the car and get the dope? Ain't security supposed to see the guy come over the gate? He's laying there sleeping, man. He's sleeping. I shouldn't have to tell somebody, put the dope back before you get killed, because security ain't doing it. We shouldn't have to come in here and ask y'all, can we look at a camera? Why can't y'all go look at the camera and see who stole our stuff? They in the building. They living in our building. We can't live around these people. And these are new people coming in. Y'all didn't monitor who came in there because we wasn't having this problem. I'm not even talking about all the dope bags I swept up in the lobby, in the elevator, back staircase, behind the doors. You want to tell you something? They be on the roof getting high. Who goes to the roof to get high and you got an apartment? These people is coming and they just got in there and we know where they're coming from. They done came from the Abbott building, excuse me, no offense, in the gut, here. Because they're the only people that came in our building. We need y'all to do something. You're gonna get somebody hurt. Don't let nobody get hurt. Don't let nobody get killed. And then y'all say, well, it's a casualty. No, y'all can stop it now. Get rid of the security y'all got if they can't do their job. What they get a year? What they get a month? That's what y'all doing, paying people to do nothing? Millions to do nothing? It's not right. I'm just asking y'all, I'm begging y'all, do something for something happen to these people.
Mr. Martin, we'll make sure that gets looked into.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
And like I said, thank y'all for being more civilized. I already know what it is because I don't see them, so I already know I ain't gonna put no, that ain't funny. Y'all ain't, I already see y'all more calmer, more business-like, and I'm glad to see this.
Thank you.
Next, Mr. Cabley.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Kevin Blake. I stay at French Towers. My apartment number is 904. The issue is, ever since the new accountant been in the office, the rent statements is always late. Always late. And we got to pay surcharge even though they say we don't have to pay, we have to pay it. And they say that I owe a month back rent, and I got all my receipts. Even the one that they said I owe for May, the head manager made a copy of it and seeing that I paid. But they say they didn't get it. But the copy is made by the head manager. And they charging me every month for back pay, back rent because of the late charge of the rent receipts is coming late.
Kevin, I'm sorry, can you tell me your last name again?
Blake, Kevin Blake.
Blake. Mr. Blake, do you get your rent statement in the mail?
Yes,
No, they put it in our mailbox.
my mailbox.
They put it in our mailbox. We don't get it. They put the rent statements in the mailbox.
Mr. Tibbs, is it possible that you can have a conversation with Mr. Blake to
Absolutely.
rectify the situation?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll connect after this, and I'll get your information, and we'll get your account straightened out. Okay. But we want to make sure that your rent statement, you've received your rent statement by the 1st.
They've been coming late. They've been coming late.
Coming after
Hey,
that.
They've been coming late.
That's what everybody does.
That's what everybody, yeah.
Because I had.
And then they say we're not gonna be charged for late fee, and then we end up being charged for late fee.
And we will adjust that. If it is erroneous and you have paid your rent, we will make sure we adjust your account. But we'll connect now, make sure your statement, I'll look at your account for
Okay, all right. Thank y'all very much, and have a nice
Thank
day.
you so much, sir.
All right, thank you very much.
Mr. Ted, excuse me. That's what everybody. That's everybody. That's not just him. That's everybody.
Well, we got to remember that the holidays, we just had a holiday, and that pushes mail back.
That's been going on for 7 months.
Stop, hold on. Stop. One more. This. That's everybody. They got me for 2 months. I got receipts for it. I be giving y'all extra money. Y'all say I owe y'all. Yeah, I do. I give y'all $10 extra every month. And y'all say I owe y'all. So yeah.
Well, I have to look at your account.
And look at my account, and you're gonna say, wow. And this wasn't for this year. This for all my years. I give y'all $10 a month extra, and y'all got me down 2 months behind. So I want to know how that happens. So it's the computer. It gotta be computer.
We'll take a look
but
at
I'm
it.
just saying,
As
look
long as
at
you have
it.
your receipts, and we
Yeah.
can walk.
And I got all my receipts. You're gonna see it's $10 extra.
We'll do. All right, next we have R. Hammond.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. How are
Hi,
you
Mr.
today?
Garrett. My name is Rilette Hammond. I live in Josephson in apartment 705, and I happen to be the secretary of the resident council of the building. So I've got like 2 things I would like to talk about today.
Okay,
So the first one, I want to talk about my apartment,
okay.
okay?
Which is 705.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm on that west wing that Diane was talking about, the west side.
okay.
Last year, my central heat, not working, okay? My mother is in her late 90s, and I'm in an apartment that's 102, okay? I spoke to Mr. Pacheco and to Mrs. Utsi and Miss Mathis, and from last June till now, I'm still waiting for the air conditioner and for somebody to fix it, okay? So that's one. The other part of it has to do with probably all of us in the building. Last year, March, we had a storm with some hail that broke some of the screens in the windows because of the pellets coming against the window. So Mr. Pacheco came around, he and his team, and collected all those that were broken, the screens that were broken for the windows, about 2 months? About 2 months ago? About 2 months ago, 2.5 months ago, okay? We don't know where the screens are till today. So now the weather's getting better, so you open your windows, and guess what comes in? Bingo, alrighty? So it would be nice if you could bring the screens back to everybody. Okay, that would be really, really nice. So let's see. Now we're going to resident council business. A lot of people in the building come and tell me all their troubles, I guess. I don't know why, but they tell me anyway. Let's start with the common room. We got roaches coming out of the moldings. You see these moldings right here? That young lady sitting right there, be eating, maybe drinking her little thing, having her popcorn, and the roaches would come out and come right under her feet and everything. I've been asking for over 6 to 8 weeks for them to just come and put whatever, like putty or something under there to stop it from coming, because there are holes under there. I'm still waiting for that. Alrighty, in the common room downstairs, the community room downstairs. Alrighty, so the roaches are living down there. The roaches are all in the halls, okay? And they're funny looking roaches. They're not like well, I'm from New York. Our roaches were bold. These roaches are like that, and they're different. They got a different color. I never seen anything like it before. You walk out of your apartment and they run in the hallway. I'm on the 7th floor. Alrighty. What Diane didn't tell you about is we have a bed bug infestation in the building. I got bed bugs. You know how I got it? A bed bug decided to ride my mother in the elevator and she brought it in the apartment. 8 months it took me to get it out. I had to literally threaten Mrs. Mathis to get a 3rd treatment in my apartment. While I was doing that, I have now thrown away 6 sets of sheets that I no longer can afford to replace. Alrighty. The slats in my platform bed from spraying with alcohol are gone. I had to buy new slats. Money, again, I can't afford. I am 62 years old. My mother's 97 years old. When they do a treatment in the building, I can't stay in the apartment. I have asthma. Alrighty? Miss Mathis has never read the paperwork from Corbett. She says, where you go? I said, I'm going to a hotel. You're going to pay me back for the hotel? Oh, but you're only going to be downstairs for 3-4 hours. I said, you want me to keep my mother down in the community room for 3-4 hours. Have you read the paperwork? It says you cannot be there for 7 to 13 hours in the apartment if you're a certain age and you have any respiratory issues. Okay? I said something to Mr. Garrett, who told me he wasn't going to refund my money. Hurt my feelings, bro. I ain't gonna let it go now. I'm not. I can't afford it. Okay, I can't afford it. Alrighty? We have garbage that we share with, I guess, the Abbott building. We share garbage, a thing, I believe. We got nice, beautiful ones. Thank you so much, big ones. Now the problem's becoming, the weather's getting warm. It's open. They're not collecting it as I think they should. And the flies are everywhere. They're everywhere. And the smell, that's another one. Now, somebody can please help me. We live in THA, right? Are we allowed to smoke in the building that we live in?
No.
Isn't that a law? Well, all the smokers are there. They're smoking all over the place, dropping their smoke buds in front of the building. Alrighty, so I spoke to Ms. Grant. We ordered some signs to say no smoking within 50 feet of the door because I think to stop them all would be a major issue. Okay, you may have to evict them all. That would make me happy, but hey. We're trying to put the signs and see if they can start 50 feet away from the front door because it's coming all into the doors. There are people from the street behind us, like if you've ever been to Joseph's building, let's say this is the building, we have a fence behind our building that goes around the property. They're jumping over the fence. Okay, security, maintenance. I said to them, we were in the parking lot, I said, look, they're jumping over the fence. And they looked at me like, what do you want me to do? Tell them to stop. The fence is broken. They have broken the fence 3 times to create an avenue for them to come through the property. Somebody tried to break into my car, broke my driver's side door knob. They stole gas out of my car. Okay, and I'm parked in the front. Okay, we need more lights in our building, especially in the back and in the front. Security does not walk our property. Alrighty, because I'll tell you what happens before you go get hard on them. Let's say they go to walk somewhere, right? And Mary is in the lobby and somebody comes to the door. She don't know that person. She'll go and knock the button to let them into the building. Alrighty? We've got things breaking and falling. The ceiling nearly killed Isabel the other day. Dropped right on, I mean, like this, it missed her. Because I was security guard in the evening. We've got 3 big holes in our ceiling in the lobby where all the pipes are broken, rusted, the water all over the place. And she's spending half her night cleaning it up. The security guard. We got a nice new washroom. Well, guess what? One of the dryers are broken. Alrighty? Nobody knew that until I told them this past week. They looked at me like, huh, it's broken? Yeah, it's broken. Furthermore, the 2 washers are supposed to be the nice washers, only half full. They're only half filled. They do not fill completely. You're lucky if you get 3 gallons of water in there. They're not. Because my clothes came out of there dry. Half wet, half dry. So we got the bed bugs, we got the mosquitoes, I got the gnats, but Corbin came and sprayed and I don't see them anymore. Our screens, the dropping ceilings on people, the beautiful washroom that you gave us that's not working, it's not functioning properly. Okay, the smoking, the pot, the vaping, dropping all that mess in front of the building, that's not your fault. It's just some of us ain't had no training. We ain't got no class. Okay? And that's what that's about. Alrighty? And I know you all tried the best, but we need help. We need help. We need help helping us to maintain some standard of decent living. Alrighty? That's all. You know, if anyone want to come out of your pocket and pay for some of that stuff, we right there, just come and see us. Okay?
Thank you so much.
Did I forget anything, Josephson? All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak? That concludes. Sorry.
Hello, my name is Kim Hicks.
Kim Hicks.
My apartment is 710 French Towers. My concern is that I've been there like 9 months, 10 months, and you can see the big difference of the surroundings of the people. What they greeted me and everything when I moved in, but now it's getting to the point I don't even want to live there anymore because everything just changed. You know, people come in, they do what they want. You know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, the atmosphere used to be real pleasant. It's not pleasant anymore. You speak to people, well, I don't give a darn if they speak to me or not, but that's the way I was raised up. You speak when you enter a building. They look at you like you did something to them. You know, like they have no homegrown or, you know, it doesn't make any sense. I was raised totally different. I'm not from Trenton, I'm from Bordertown, country. And you can see the difference. I'm really disappointed. I've been in Trenton for a while, but I've never been around the atmosphere that I'm in now. I just wanted to say a little bit, that's all. Thank you.
Give it a little bit more time, maybe things will change, please.
May I just say one more thing, ma'am?
Yes.
There are people other than the 8th floor person in the building who have bed bugs in the apartment are refusing entry to the exterminator, and they're still there. I've been in the building 3 years, a little over 3 years now. Alrighty. And I think when I read my lease, it said I could not refuse entry of the exterminator into my unit. And that would be a cause for action to be taken for me to be removed from the premises. Am I wrong?
No.
Okay, so these people are still there, the bed bugs are still there, okay, and you know, there's a couple in the building, they got a little challenge mentally, okay, and everybody's been trying to help them get rid of their bed bugs. But they had to stay in their apartment for almost 6 weeks, not come out to the common room. All they could do is go to the store and go to the doctor and come back. But what about the other 3 people in the building who have bed bugs and jumping off of them in the elevator and when you see them downstairs? You know, when are they going to get some treatment too? Alrighty, but they're refusing to let somebody come in. So they're also impacting how we live in that building. You see, I'm like that nice lady, Miss Hicks, right there. Alrighty, I speak to everybody. Okay, that's how I was raised. I wasn't raised in Trenton, I was raised in Liberia. Okay, I'm from New York, but I was raised in Liberia. Where I come from, you don't speak to an elder, they take you out. Okay, so I speak to everybody in the building, and I'm not shy. If you got bed bugs, and I see it, I tell you, you have bed bugs dropping off of you, you need to go get it. Why? I didn't bring it there. I was a victim. I'm not the cause. So there's such a stigma to it that sometimes I think they're shy, but some of them are just doggone mean. Alrighty? And they don't want, but I mean, it's like when they do the annual checking of the apartment, they don't let them in. Okay, they don't let them in. I refuse for you to come in. And it's like, but yet it's still, you got all these bed bugs and they're spreading to here, there. They're coming through all the vents. I had to close most of the vents with tape the other day because things are coming through it.
Okay.
Ms. Lovett, I see one more thing. remiss if I didn't say that, anytime you call Mr. Leggett and Mr. Green, you will get them. They're hands-on. I left that out. They are hands-on. Anytime the residents tell me to call them, I have no problem with it.
All right, thank you so much. Y'all got snacks for that. Okay, at this time, we have commissioner comments. Let's go on this side and work around. Mr. Lopez?
I think his name was Doug McLeod, right? The recipient of the scholarship. You know, that's really moving to see that, and wanted to congratulate him, but even then, still make the announcement that that's special, and you know, that's very cool, and I hope that we can recreate more stories like that. But on the other side of things,
Just kind of make sure that happens, okay?
No problem.
All right. So the other thing I want to,
Just to let you know, Commissioner Dean, I did contact her, representative, Commissioner, I sent her, I already sent her an update.
Good.
The update.
Okay. Good enough. On the trash chutes under, and that was some of the problems you guys have about the bugs and the flies, the insects. Under housing operations, I was glad to see that the trash chutes were addressed, the odors, they were cleaned out and deodorized and all that good stuff. Hopefully, this was at the French Towers. It was a part of an Inspire inspection. Your trash chutes and things were, because that, and I guess these are the trash chutes that are actually on each floor, is that right? Yeah, I have gone into buildings before, not tourists, but I've gone into buildings before where the smell can really be real turn off, so I'm glad that that was addressed, and I'm glad it was something that the residents brought to management and it was taken care of, so I'm glad about that. I just want to say to the housing authority, you have the same policy I have. I see where you turn the boilers off for the summer season, and I turned off my heat as well. Yep, so I'm glad to see that happened. With regards to, if Kaya could speak to this upcoming partnership meeting, Tuesday the 25th, she's still in the room? Something like this?
She had a train. She had a train.
And so is that open to anyone?
I believe so. I believe it is. It's for the partners, our partners on the 25th, and the different committees that she's chairing. We are having them come in and have a debrief of where we are up to date.
Is that something I can attend?
Yes, you can.
My schedule, okay. All right. I want to talk just a little bit about the complaints from the residents. I'm glad that you all came forward. I know it is a lot to come up and speak before folks about your problems. And I don't want you to think that we just, you just say it and it falls on deaf ears. I know it didn't fall on mine, and I'm sure my colleagues feel the same way. I was a little disturbed by some of the stories I heard because that's pretty bad, right? Some of that's, and I'm a real stickler about people doing their job. If I pay you to do a job, you do it. And so I'm really hoping that that security piece is addressed immediately. You're right, because they do get paid big bucks. Most subcontractors do, and they need to be doing the job. And if it is a matter of securing the perimeters of your properties, they ought to be doing it. So I'm glad you brought that to our attention. That thing with the drugs, that's crazy, right? So, you know, so I have a lot of confidence in Mr. Garrett and his team, and what they can do and what they can remedy for you, and I am sure that that will be something they will look into. I don't micromanage, but I certainly can suggest very strongly that those kind of things get taken care of. So, yeah, security needs to get looked into, because I had a little issue myself with security, and I had to understand it a little bit better. But you guys actually have armed guards, and so, you know, they need to be doing what they need to be doing. I won't belabor that. The thing about the flies and insects, you're not the only ones who get it, but it is a problem in high rises, right? People always say there's all kind of reports that, you know, first when high rises came out for public housing, that was, you know, kind of like the thing to do. But it's very problematic when you get like The bug infestation is a really tough thing to do, right? So, I see where there's been a lot of work being done on it, you know, they're being as responsive as they can. For folks who have, the health, problems, I'm always looking at things on Facebook where they have a lot of remedies to repel insects, like you burn the bay leaves or the this and the that, you know what I mean? Some natural things so it doesn't affect like your mama and other folks. And so I would suggest that, let's see, who heads that up? I'm trying to think who does resident services? Kaya. So maybe Kaya can, maybe we can talk to Kaya about researching some of the home things you can do in your apartments yourselves. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, it's all kind of stuff. I have a bunch of stuff at home because I do it sometimes as well. My boy has asthma, and so I use like the bay leaves and all that like kind of stuff. Just some more natural things so it don't affect you so bad and you don't have to be displaced. Because we've had bombs before. When we first moved to our house, I'll never forget, I was a teenager and my mother had to have a guy come out. We stayed with my aunt's house, but yeah, it's everywhere, right? Yeah. So I know what that is. But I am very confident. One reason why I'm on this board is because I believe in the housing authority and I believe that they want to provide quality housing. And everybody appreciates and deserves a good quality of life, no matter what station you are in life, you know what I mean? And I'm on this board to help, and I'm going to help you as best I can. I'm going to suggest to the chair that perhaps when we're over the summer, we can kind of just think about each commissioner adopting a development. Because, and then, you know, we can help you navigate some of these problems. I mean, you're free to come here, but it's too bad when you gotta come here, right? When you come here, you about had it. And so hopefully maybe you know, there's enough of us, we can, come to your meetings more often, you know, and we hear it directly, and then, you know, you hit it this way and we come that way, and I bet you we'll blow it right out. All right, so hopefully we can talk about it. I can't say, she'll decide. I'm just one, but hopefully that's something that we can kind of do, you know, adopt the building or something like that. Okay? Do we need any more? This is it. This is it. So I'm gonna try to come around this summer and see about you folks. I'm definitely gonna get on these bingo games, okay? Because that's my thing. But I hope to see you guys more often. If I don't, you know, if you see me, please say something. You know, let me know that you remember me from here, and we chat it up. Okay? Okay. Wishing everybody a safe summer.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank all y'all.
Commissioner Ray?
I don't have any.
Commissioner Green?
Just to piggyback off of Commissioner Staton, for the health and wellness within that, I've had them before. They're horrible. I'm itching over here. I'm one of them people who talk about roaches and bed bugs. I'm itching, you know, I'm feeling good too. But I was just thinking of something natural just to give to our residents. So I take apple vinegar cider and I put it in a jar and I put plastic over top of the jar and I put holes on it and it attracts them. Baby, when I tell you it's going to be so many in here, and I just leave it right by my sink in my bathrooms and my kitchen sink because they just come. I don't know. I try everything. I even bought a roach bomb, to tell you the truth, and I put it in the sink and I put a Tupperware over top of it and I bomb the inside because I don't do well with bugs. I will move out if it's a bug problem. So I understand and I feel really bad. And I also wanted to say to the woman who say, you say you beat cancer? Congratulations. I feel like we need to say congratulations. I just want to say congratulations to beating cancer. That, like, everything you say, it really touched me. You was gonna make me cry. I ain't gonna miss my makeup, but Jelani is, one reason why I joined the board is because I used to work with Jelani close in the team at Housing Authority. And I just want to tell the residents, they are really dedicated to serving our city and our community. They're good people. They're real people, you know, like they us. So they understand the struggles that we have and the challenges. But like anything, everything takes time, and it's like if we're not aware of an issue, then we can't fix it. So just come to us. I'll give my contact information because I nag Jelani and Christy whenever I need to, and we can make things happen. And like you said, Mr. Leggett and Darren, they always come out. So just keep, nagging us if you need to. But I do apologize for some of the hazards that some of you are dealing with. And we're gonna figure this out.
Okay.
We got a long way to go, but we're gonna figure it out.
Thank you.
All right.
Commissioner Gentry?
Yeah, I got a couple small things to say. I want to start off with you talking about the French Tower and the drug issue. Tenants should not be addressing drug issues because it can get a little sticky. But one thing I wanted to say how he commented that the board was acting civil today. And I just want to flip it over and say, wow, so were the residents. And what happens when civil meets civil, things get done. All this hollering at each other, finger pointing. I used to tell Jelani he's no longer the director, he's now the target because they're going to constantly be shooting at him. Not talking to you, but shooting at you. You have to bring your issues forward, then things have to be addressed in a civil manner, and things get done. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together. We're not against each other, we're in this together. And it doesn't necessarily happen overnight. It's like anything else, it takes time. I learned the phrase years ago, a day at a time, and it is so true. But, and making it short, I want to congratulate and thank you, Mr. Garrett, for your show yesterday. It was really sharp. I was watching you laugh at yourself. You step in it, laugh at yourself, kept going. But I just thank you for your vision. Leadership is not easy. It is not easy because a lot of times people do not want to follow. We just don't understand what our role is. So like you said, on any matter what station you're on, if you do your part, be surprised where we can get. The participation yesterday from the residents, one of the young lady was up there yesterday, I believe that's her sitting over there, she was so happy to be there. It was hard for her to get it out. She was the residents council.
Right, she's the resident, she's not here today.
It was just a heck of a day. And guess what? It was us moving forward. It was us moving forward. Quitting is not an option. And taking shots at each other is not necessary. Things do happen along the way. So just plant your feet, dig in, and keep moving. Things happen as you go along, because if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So congratulations to the tenant, the board for seeing the vision.
Yes.
You, Mr. John, for having the vision. That's it. Thank you.
My heart is full. Being on this board, for me, has changed me because I was truly a fighter back in the day. I'm practicing to be a lady now. But I'm so encouraged because there are so many people that I have met, even with the tenants, that keep encouraging me to do the right thing. I've always been a community person because I'm from a family of 9, and our house was always the go-to house. So I always tell people when I invite you into my circle is because I genuinely care. I've been on this board since 1998. A lot of the, not only residents, but also the workers, I feel as though they are my family because I have known them for so long, and I appreciate doing for one another because at the end of the day, we are all struggling some way, some form, somehow. You know what I'm saying? So just because somebody's walking around with a suit and tie on doesn't make them no different from the person who has on a t-shirt and shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I am so excited to be led by Mr. Garrett and his team because they are doing a fantastic job. And as I always say, it's a three-part whole here. Because you need the tenants in order for the workers to have somebody to work for. You need the executive director in order for the workers to have somebody to guide them. Because if the tenants don't pay their rent, then we don't need the workers. And if the workers don't have a job, we don't need an executive director. So we are all in this together, and we can make it work if we all work together. We can become a family in our own right. Then because we wasn't birthed together, but that doesn't mean we still can't be a family. Because I don't know about any of you, the neighborhood that I grew up in, we were all a family whether we liked it or not. If somebody else was able to chastise us if we did something wrong. You know? And for me, we were the only black family. So everybody else was Polish, Spanish, German, or either white. And we knew, because my mother always said to us, don't you dare embarrass me, because when you go in that street, you represent me all day. So we are a family here, and we can all do better, and we're gonna do great things. We just gotta hold on just a little longer. It's gonna come together if we all just have patience. Because we're gonna work with you tenants to get things done. It is just all about a conversation. And I appreciate the fact that y'all come and tell us your issues, for we can get things done. Because if we don't know, we can't help you. You paying your rent, so you deserve to get that time. But we can only help you if you allow us. And that's all I have to say. I love you all. Thank you.
We love you too. We love y'all too. Thank you, Wednesday.
At this time, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting? All in favor? Aye. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I want to get your information.
Hello. How you doing, Mr. How you doing?
What's wrong? Get it. I'm fine, thank you. What about my tree trim?
Thank you so much.
Tree trimming, you talking about for the flag, right?
Yeah, the flag's up. It's gonna get torn, but the trees are
Yeah. You wanted the trees trimmed because it caused the holes in the flag.
That's correct.
Right.
Then we're gonna get a bigger flag that we deserve.
All right. I'll follow up with Mr. Lagby, but I told him like the day after we spoke about it. I told him about the day after. Yeah. And thank you for the letter. I appreciate it. The letter saying thank you, me and Mr. Garrett for coming out to the site. When you have wrote a letter to us coming out to the site after we did the whistling, after we did the tenant meeting. Somebody, one of the residents did. That when we came, the last time we came out there, we all sat downstairs and we spoke.
I remember, yeah.
Right after that, somebody wrote a letter. I thought it was good.
I remember the letters. I'm the secretary. I ate my breakfast in the car, feeding the birds. They were hungry.
You're on 105, but I didn't get your
I had my snack, cheese doodles and the
hungry?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm going to catch him later.
Okay.
Mr. Garrett didn't say that. Huh? He probably feels attacked. Yes, no. That money from the stores.
Did you come to the last meeting when
everybody in the building, everybody in the building that is not from this city. But listen, this is what I'm saying.
We might have to.
You can, listen, I can tell you, you don't even have to have it. No, you don't have to take it down. Well, what I'm saying, but it's even there's more to it than that. You got to be careful when you start to get from this. Because there's a group of people, food's coming out.
We'll come and look at it. I remember last time we mentioned you said like the cabinets wasn't put back on. We'll look at doing that replacement. But if you keep backing up, like I said, we might have.
They might not take it.
Yeah, you might as well.
But that's what happens.
We'll definitely use it available,
It doesn't matter whether they do, they don't, or they want to still get
Alright, we're going, like I said, we're going to do something with the cabinet, but if that other stuff.
What are you going to do?
Well, right now I'm gonna go buy a projector. No, I was told these people should be.
Listen, you could. Yeah, you're going to get the money from them. You don't take the money from store money to buy a projector. Oh, no, see, you got to go. If we need a projector, no. If we need a projector, we have money sitting here that has come to us from the housing authority from the rents. If we need a projector for all of us to use, that's where that money comes. You put it as a request.
I was here last week, Tuesday.
Listen, that's where that money is. But that stuff like.
And I should clarify.
Only thing we can't
They
do.
probably told me to do it and I would be reimbursed. I'm not sure about that.
That's a little
No,
question.
no,
But
you
we
don't.
can't. If you get any, I'm speaking about the hardware, like those. Like if you get a projector, you get a new computer. We can't really service it, right? So we can get you a computer for y'all for the resident room, resident council room. We can get you a printer, help you get the internet on. You should already have internet and stuff. If we get a projector, any of those things, you can't. It's like if you called us to come out and service it, I can't really send somebody. That's the only thing. That's what happened with the other properties when people were having issues with the computers. They was like, oh, it needs to be upgraded. It needed this, and it was like, it's not really under our contract, but we'll help out or we'll just replace it. Yeah. So like that's what they're saying. If you get a projector,
but why don't you do it this way? If you can't, you're afraid they won't be able to service if it breaks down. Sometimes stuff breaks down the first 2 or 3 weeks. You write the check. You say, how much is it? Bring me something, tell me how much it is, and then we can go pay for it and buy the contract for it.
yeah. But we went. But you as the savvy president, you would have to come and say that.
Yeah.
Most of the people are just coming and saying, oh, we need to buy a computer. And so we're like, just so you know, you can have it for the computer or the projector, whatever it is.
I'm buying it with a warranty.
Yeah, whatever it is, that's what I'm saying. Like whatever you purchase, Ms. Pickett is 100% correct. You can get that. It's just that when you get it, next year if you call and say it's not working, it's kind of not our responsibility to come out and fix
So
it.
in the price that you bring them, you include the warranty money.
Yeah.
It's all right. But that's not to come out of store money. All I'm saying is the money from that store is to serve the residents.
Yeah, you should do something else with that.
This is how we funded every single. We didn't miss a holiday, did we? We didn't miss a holiday.
It's okay. I'm gonna put a new sign up saying it's canceled.
Why are you gonna cancel it?
Because you see, like,
It's
I love you so much.
Listen,
But there's some people in the building that getting on my last nerves.
Well, listen. Well, I might be one of them. But
I tolerate you because you're my sister.
But I'm trying to tell you is what the money is being used for. Okay? The money is to serve the residents. And while it's serving the residents, we did not miss a beat on a holiday. Now we got a new holiday. So here's what I suggest. I mean, this is not my business.